Hello BookTube, Sarah here and welcome to my channel. Today I am coming to you with my August 2020 anticipated reads. So in this video I'm going to share with you 5 books that are coming out in August that I am most looking forward to. So I do these in order of release date. So coming out on August the 4th we have The Lions of Fifth Avenue by Fiona David. I am so excited for this book. I know she is a great historical fiction author, and this one, being that it takes place in a library, like the library, the New York Public Library, is just icing on the cake. And this story takes place in 2 different timelines, once in 1913 and then in 1993. And in 1913, the main character, her husband, I believe, is superintendent of the library, and her family live in an apartment, and she decides to go to journalism school, and then she ends up meeting up with this group of women who are activists at the time for birth control and women's rights and things like that. And then these manuscripts and books, very valuable ones, begin disappearing from the library. Then you flash forward 80 years to, her name was, I think, was Laura, to Laura's granddaughter, Sadie. And Sadie is working as a curator now in the New York Public Library. And she, there are more books and manuscripts going missing, and as she begins to uncover what's happening to them, she begins to uncover secrets about her own family's past, and it just sounds so good. I am super excited about this one. I do have it on pre-order, and I am very much looking forward to getting to it. If you are a historical fiction lover the way that I am, I definitely think that this is one that you should check out. Coming out on August the 11th, we have Kiss My Cupcake by Helena Hunting. I actually put this list together weeks ago, and I just haven't had a chance to sit down and film it yet until now. And in that time, I was approved for this book on NetGalley, so I am so stoked about it. I am definitely going to try and fit it in to read in August. And this one is a great enemies to lovers story, it sounds like. So our 2 main characters are Blair and Rowan, and they own shops next door to each other. She has a cupcake and, what is it? Cupcake and bourbon? Cupcake and cocktails shop, and then he has a sports bar. So the 2 of them have a, they're vying for customers essentially, mainly because of course it sounds like she sells cocktails and he has a sports bar. So at some point they are going to have to call a temporary truce due to something that is going to affect both of their shops. And of course a relationship is going to follow from there. This is the author of Meet Cute, and I know Meet Cute was one of those books that either people really liked or they really didn't like. And I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good, and I know I'm almost certain that Helena Hunting is actually a Canadian author, so I am super stoked to get to this one. It sounds like so much fun. I absolutely love the title, and I'm really looking forward to it. Next up, coming out on August 18th, is a cozy mystery. I'm pretty sure it's a cozy mystery because it's an amateur sleuth, and this one just sounds like so much fun. And it's called Death at High Tide by Hannah Dennison. I believe I also have this one from NetGalley, and this is book number 1 in the Island Sisters mystery series. So in this one, Evie's husband Robert ends up passing away of this heart attack. So in amongst his possessions, she finds out that he owned this hotel on the Isle of Sicily off the coast of Cornwall. So she gets her sister, who's in Los Angeles, to come, and the 2 of them decide to go to this hotel. So the hotel owner's like, I've never met your husband. Like, they have no idea who he is, even though there are framed photographs of her husband with his first wife in this hotel. So then you meet this cast of characters in this small town. What does it say here? I just thought this was so funny. The rest of the island inhabitants, ranging from an ex-con receptionist to a vicar who communicates with cats, aren't any easier to read. So it sounds like, a kind of a kooky small town. But this one does feel like it would be a bit darker than your standard cozy mystery. So then, of course, a murder takes place in the hotel, and the sisters are going to try and figure out what's happening. Sounds so good. I do love a good cozy mystery, an amateur sleuth type story. I'd almost put this one, I know a lot of people classify Agatha Christie as her Miss Marple series as a cozy mystery because she is an amateur sleuth, so I would almost put it in that category, where it's not the cute, fun, cozy mysteries that a lot of us read now, but on the slightly darker end of the spectrum, if you will. But still, this one sounds really good, and I am really looking forward to it. Next up, coming out on August the 25th, we have Bayou Baby by Lexi Blake. This is book number 2 in the Butterfly Bayou series, And it is about a young woman named Serafina, whose name I love. I think that's so pretty. She is a young single mom, and she has sworn off men. She just wants to take care of her son and run her business. And then there's a gentleman by the name of Harrison, who finds himself in small town Louisiana after being discharged from the army. And he has come to stay in this small town with his aunt and his cousins. And he meets Serafina, and the two of them start to develop a relationship. But then a secret from her past rears its ugly head and actually threatens to tear the entire town apart. So Harrison needs to decide where his alliances lay. Like, is it with his family or with the woman he's falling in love with? It sounds fantastic, and I cannot wait to read this one. And the last book, also coming out on August the 25th, is Who Wants to Marry a Duke by Sabrina Jeffries. This is the third book in the Duke Dynasty series, and I believe this is a series that you can read out of order and kind of pick and choose which ones really interest you. And this is the story of a woman by the name of Miss Olivia Norley, and she had a kiss with a duke, a man by the name of Marlowe Drake, the Duke of Thornstock. And this was many years earlier, and he hasn't paid it a second thought because he has a host of debutantes, of course, after, his affections. And then his brother ends up hiring Olivia to find out how their father was killed. He was poisoned by arsenic, but they're trying to find out the whodunit, essentially. So within this Regency romance, there is a mystery aspect to it, and I kind of love that. And I love the fact that Olivia is a science, now you'd probably label her as a science geek, but almost like a CSI kind of investigator to figure out what's going on. And I absolutely love that aspect of it. So Marlowe is taking it upon himself to follow her around to make sure that she does not have any underhanded motives for, looking for this killer. And it sounds really good, and I really want to read it. Yeah, I do love a good Regency romance. So anyway, guys, that is all that I have for today's video. I do hope that you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments below if any of these books sound good to you, or are there any books that I didn't mention that are coming out in August that you are looking forward to. And until my next video, everybody, take care and happy reading. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye, guys.